Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so early right now. It's about 4:40 a.m. and I don't think I've ever been awake this early before. I've been trying to get up at 5 a.m. for so long, but I've never been able to do it until recently. So I thought today would be the perfect day for me to film this video for you guys because I'm awake the earliest I've ever been awake, and I've been consistently waking up at 5 a.m. for about the last month. So I feel like I'm pretty qualified now to make this video for you guys. In this video, I'm going to give you guys actual practical advice about how to get up early and not feel tired. And I'm going to break it down for you step by step so that it becomes a natural part of your morning routine and it becomes almost second nature so that it doesn't feel difficult anymore to get up in the morning. I'm not going to give you guys the typical tricks and gimmicky hacks that you read about online, like putting your alarm halfway across the room or setting a timer for your coffee so that it's ready in the morning when you wake up, because we all know that those things just don't work. It doesn't matter how far away my alarm is, if I hear it go off at 5 a.m., if I even hear it, chances are I'm going to wake up, turn it off, and go right back to bed. The 10 to 20 seconds it takes me to get up and turn off my alarm, that's just not enough time for me to feel like I'm awake enough to get up and actually stay up. So if you want to learn how to wake up early in the morning and not feel tired and be able to consistently wake up early in the morning and make it a habit, then keep on watching. So the first and probably most important thing to waking up early in the morning and not feeling tired is to make sure that you know why it is that you want to wake up early. Make sure that you're intentional about waking up early. Make sure that you know your reason and that it's very clear. If you know why you're getting up early in the morning, then it makes getting up at 5 a.m. a lot easier to do. Getting up at 5 a.m. is not something that's easy to do. And like anything that's difficult, if you know why you're doing it, it becomes much easier. And if you don't know why it is that you're doing something that's difficult to do, chances are you're not going to be very successful in accomplishing whatever it is that's difficult for you. For example, going to work every single day is not fun and it's not easy, yet you're able to wake up every single morning and get yourself to work. Why is that? It's definitely not because you just feel like going to work and you'd rather be sitting in an office in front of a computer instead of on the beach or hanging out with friends. You're probably going to work every morning because you need to put food on the table, you have bills to pay, and so it makes it a lot easier to motivate yourself to get up in the morning and go to work day after day. But if you didn't have a reason for going to work, you probably wouldn't be going. At least, I don't think I would be going. And same thing with dieting. If you don't have a reason for dieting, it's going to be a lot more tempting to eat that burger and fries than it would be if you had a reason for dieting. Having a reason for dieting makes it a lot easier for you to stick to that diet than it would be if you had no reason at all for dieting. When you're trying to figure out your reason for wanting to wake up early in the morning, make sure it's something that you love and feel passionate about. So whether it's waking up early because you want to squeeze in a yoga session, before work, or you want to read a book that you haven't had a chance to read, or even if it's just because you want some time for yourself before everyone wakes up, make sure it's something that inspires and motivates you to get up early in the morning. Getting up early, like I said, it's not easy, and if it were easy, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. So if you associate getting up early in the morning with something that doesn't motivate you or doesn't inspire you, it's going to make getting up early in the morning a lot more difficult. So make sure that whatever your reason is for waking up at 5 a.m., it's something that you're going to feel excited to get up and do when your alarm goes off at 5 a.m. And if you're excited and getting up to do something that you want to do, once you're awake, it's going to be a lot easier to stay awake and not feel tired. After you've figured out why it is that you want to get up early, step 2 is to prepare for it the night before. So for example, let's say that you want to get up at 5 a.m. because you want to squeeze in a yoga session before work. Then make sure you have everything prepared for your yoga class the night before. Make sure your water bottle is filled, your bag is packed with your clothes and your towel, and that your mat is clean and ready to go. If you have everything prepared the night before, then the next morning when your alarm goes off at 5 a.m., you know that you can just roll out of bed and go. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to try and remember if you've packed everything. You can literally just grab things and go. And this makes it a lot easier knowing that you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. and have to run through all these tasks to make sure that you haven't forgotten anything. And if you have everything prepared the night before, it also eliminates a lot of excuses that you might make for yourself the next morning. So for example, let's say that your alarm is set for 5 a.m., but you wake up at 5:05 a.m. or 5:10 a.m. And if you're trying to make your yoga class at 5:30 or 5:40, you're going to feel like you don't have enough time because you have to pack everything. And so you might make an excuse for yourself and say, oh, well, I'm just going to sleep in because I'm not going to make my class anyways. It's already 5:10, and by the time I have everything packed, I'm probably going to be late. But if you have everything packed, even if you wake up a little bit later than when your alarm actually rings, then it's okay. You can still get up and you know that you can still make your yoga class because everything is already good to go. You literally just need to get out of bed, get your stuff, and head out the door. If your stuff is packed the night before, you also don't have to worry about forgetting anything the next morning. What sucks more than having to wake up early is having to wake up early, getting to your yoga class, and then finding out that you can't even do your yoga class because you left something at home. I can guarantee that if that happens to you within the first week or even first 2 weeks that you're trying to wake up early, it's going to feel very, very discouraging, and it's probably going to make getting up early the next morning a lot harder. So make sure that your stuff is packed and prepared the night before. Or let's say that you just want to get up early to read a book or work on your blog or even film a YouTube video. Even those things that might seem like there's nothing to prepare for the night before, there's always something that you can do the night before to set yourself up for success the next morning. So if I were getting up early in the morning to just read a book that I haven't had time to read, what I would do to prepare the night before is I would put my book wherever it is that I'm planning to read the next morning, and I would also set up my reading space so that it's comfortable and exactly how I like it to be when I want to read. So if that means sitting on the couch with a blanket and some pillows, I would make sure that my favorite blanket is there and my favorite pillows are already there also. That way the next morning when I get up, I don't have to worry about setting anything up. I don't have to waste that time doing it. I can literally get out of bed, brush my teeth, get ready, and then get straight to reading. Make sure that you prepare the night before, because like I said, it's difficult to get up in the morning, and if you can eliminate as many tasks for yourself the next morning as you can, it will make waking up early a lot easier. And also, if you have everything ready to go, then when your alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and you don't wake up, there's a lot of guilt because you know that there's no one else to blame and there's nothing else to blame but yourself. Everything was ready to go. You were the one who made the decision not to take advantage of the opportunity that you set yourself up for the night before. Okay, so once you know why you want to get up early and you've prepared for it the night before, the third thing that you need to make sure you do is to get a good night's sleep. There's absolutely no way that you're going to be able to get up at 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m., 5:30 a.m. if you don't sleep the night before. Actually, you might be able to do it the first night, but I can guarantee you that it's not going to last very long. Waking up early definitely won't become a habit, and it won't become a part of your normal morning routine if you don't get a good night's sleep the night before. So try to make sure that you put just as much effort into going to bed early the night before as you would trying to wake up early in the morning. The only way you're going to be able to make waking up early a regular habit is if you go to bed early and make going to bed early a regular habit also. I have an alarm for the morning and I have one for the night before. So every night when my alarm goes off at 9 p.m., I know it's time to start wrapping up my night and time to start winding down. So I'll do any last minute tidying around the house, I'll brush my teeth, shower, prepare my stuff for the next morning, and then I'll try to get into bed as early as I can. If you're having trouble falling asleep, one thing that I do that works every single time is just lay in bed, close your eyes, and take long, deep, slow breaths. You can count numbers if you want. I know that helps for some people and for others it might not, but the important part is to make sure that you're breathing very slowly and deeply, so long, deep breaths. And before you know it, you'll be asleep. Alright, so now that you know why it is you're getting up early, you've prepared for it the night before, and you've gotten a good night's sleep, the next thing that I would recommend you do is give yourself something to look forward to the next morning. You could make yourself a music playlist for when you're getting ready in the morning. So that way when you wake up, there's immediately positive energy around you, and instead of feeling groggy and tired, you'll immediately start feeling upbeat, happy, and ready to take on the day. Some other things you could do are making yourself a breakfast the night before that you can look forward to the next morning. Or let's say that you don't want to listen to music in the morning, or you don't want to spend time making a playlist. There are also other things that you can do to give yourself something exciting to look forward to the next morning. You can make yourself a breakfast the night before. So if you don't normally have breakfast, you could cut up some fruit the night before. That way the next morning you can add it to cereal or put it in some yogurt or eat it with granola. Just something different to change it up and make getting up early in the morning a little bit easier and a little bit more exciting. That way when your alarm goes off at 5 a.m., you know that you have something new and exciting to look forward to. And if you normally have breakfast, then I would say, make yourself something different the night before. And then that way the next morning, it's not the same old breakfast that you're eating every single day. Another thing that I really like to do is have a motivational video playing in the background when I'm getting ready in the morning. I'll usually just find something on YouTube the night before and then have it loaded up. That way the next morning, all I have to do is just click into my YouTube app on my phone and then just hit play. It's a really great way to get your day started because it really helps to get you into the mindset of just starting your day, jumping right in and getting things going. So if you've never tried that before, I'd really recommend that you try it because it's not only a good way to help you stay awake and not feel tired in the morning, but it's also a great way to get yourself in a very positive and motivated mindset to get your day started and to do the best you can for the day. Okay, so now that you guys know how to get up early and how to set everything up for 100% success, the next question becomes, how do you make this a regular, consistent part of your morning routine? How can you make this an everlasting habit? Well, I have two pieces of advice for you here. The first is to be consistent. This means that you should get up every single day at about the same time and make sure that you do it every single day, including the weekends. If you're able to get up early every single day, including the weekends, then you're really helping to reprogram your internal clock. And when Monday rolls around, your body isn't going to feel as tired waking up at 5 a.m. as it would feel if you were to wake up at like 8 or 9 a.m. on the weekends. But if there are certain days where you decide to cheat a little bit and you get up at 7 or 8 or 9 a.m., it will be a lot more difficult to get your body back into the routine of getting up early in the morning. So make sure you try to stay as consistent as you can and try to get up early as often as you can. And the other piece of advice I have for you on making a habit out of waking up early in the morning is to make sure that you acknowledge yourself and to give yourself credit for waking up consistently in the morning and accomplishing those tasks that you might not have otherwise been able to accomplish. I like to just keep track in my planner, or you can print out a calendar from online and just check off the days that you've been waking up early. Because at the end of 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks, if you take a look back on how many days you were able to wake up early and think about all the things that you've accomplished, it feels really, really good. That in itself is a great way to keep motivating yourself to wake up early in the morning and making a habit out of it. Alright guys, so those are my tips on how to wake up early and not feel tired. And I really hope that the things I mentioned in this video help you get up early and help you make a habit out of getting up early in the morning. If you guys have any other advice on how to wake up early in the morning and not feel tired that I didn't mention in this video, please leave me a comment below and let me know what your guys' tips are for waking up early, because I'd seriously love to know. If you guys like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I do post videos weekly, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any videos. And if you want to know what I'm up to when I'm not YouTubing, make sure to check out my blog, thelucyspace.com, or follow me on Instagram at thelucyspace. I'll leave all that information in the box below so you can check it out. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye.